So what would you say your highlight was, the pinnacle of your fighting career? What was that bout? What was that title?
Oh, do you know, I can't say, you know, I've had people ask me that a few times because I've fought so many good people over the years that, like, you know, to some degree, you don't even know if they're household names or not, people who didn't really know, but they were bloody good martial artists, you know what I mean? I've had so many people also, and this is probably more true actually. I've had some really, really high level guys come to me academies, and I've had harder spars with them than I have had fights. You know, I remember one chap, a good friend of mine now, we're good friends, Carlos. I hadn't sparred for a long time, and Carlos was K1 cruiserweight champion. So, you know, big boy, big intimidating guy, hits hard, very skilled, very skillful. And he came down to the gym with a few other guys who he knows, and they've all come and trained me before. Some good guys. Jonathan Santry was a pro fighter. He's had a lot of fights. Jonathan, he's been over and trained me a lot. You know, we've got a long time. We used to fight on the same team together. And John's been over and sparred a lot in my academy over the years. And they all came down. And I'm watching Carlos in the background. I've gloved up and I'm watching him sort of spar people. I'm thinking, this guy's controlling everybody. You know what I mean? He's handling everybody to some degree. Everybody is dealing with him. And the sparring was, you know, heavy contact, big gloves, but everyone's going for it. They're all pro fighters. They're all, you know, the K1 guys, the mixed martial arts guys. Some of them are fighting bare knuckle boxing, pro boxing. So they're all tough guys. And the spars are heavy. And I'm, you know, I'm a light guy. I'm only 63 kilos, 64 kilos. So I said, right. So my spars, I'm just being Bonnie and I'm just warming up. And I went, right, change partners. Carlos went, Dave, go on. I went, yeah, right. You know, and I'm looking, I'm thinking, he's a big guy here. I'm not sparring. Right, here we go. Boom. Touch gloves, moving around. And in the first 10 seconds, I laugh about it today, we both throw them right hands. Wham, like that. Right hands. Mine missed. And over his shoulder, boom. And his went like that. Proper Men in Black moment. Boom. Right down to my feet. You know what I mean? Where I went, boom. Whoa. And I was like, right. And you know what? For the rest of it, it were pretty much all me, you know, that were it. And I remember when I got home, put social media on, and I'd seen this post Carlos put up, and he put, well, I don't know. He went, I've just been down sparring with Dave Breed. He went, the little bugger's not sparred for 6 months. He went, he's just absolutely kicked my ass all over the gym. He went, and you know, people, that doesn't happen very often. He said, and you know, that's not easy to do. He went, and I've just had my ass handed to me. And I remember thinking, oh, that was a nice little comment there. But it was one of them where I thought, again, I switched into this thing of, right, he's not hitting me again. No way is he hitting me with that. Do you know what I mean? And it just, you kind of fell back into that bam, you know. And so I've had, I can say I've had harder spars than I have had some fights sometimes. You know, back in the day when I was my training partners and sparring partners, like my good friend Horace Harvey. Horace was a big chap, a big heavyweight, and we had some big spars, you know, hard spars. We used to tear it up. My friend Tony Sykes, you know, he used to not hold back on me. He used to really push me. And Tony's a big hitter, you know, back in the day. Tony was a big champion and a big heavyweight, super heavyweight. And I think that's where over the years, trying to develop that elusiveness of not getting hit and being able to counter offensively has been something I've worked on. Intelligent aggression, something I've tried to work on with my students. Intelligent aggression, make them miss, make them pay, make them miss, make them pay. I think it's the offensive counter fighter is the hardest opponent to have in my history of competing. I look at the people who are the hardest ones. A good friend of mine, Lance Lewis, was world champion kickboxer and a boxing champion. I helped Lance get ready for a world title fight. When he fought and won the world title, he came to my academy and I was his main sparring partner, myself and a chap called Dave Barry. We helped him get ready for that fight. Lance was one of the highest level fighters to ever come out of this country, a total legend. His boxing skill, honestly, next level. When I first started sparring with him, you'd throw a shot at Lance, he'd be behind you, tapping you on back of head. you'd be like, where the hell's Lance gone? Jesus Christ, you've never, elusiveness like you'd not believe. He was that Harold Bomber Graham type movement, but in a kickboxing thing where you throw a shot at him and you're dizzy trying to chase him. He originally trained, I think, over in, I don't think originally, but he trained certainly over in the Kronk's gym, you know, with Tommy Earns and that lot. So, you know, really high level boxer and great kickboxer. So he came to my academy for quite a while. We sparred for hundreds of rounds. And I said to him now to this day that the very first day we sparred, right, Lance was only 58, 59 kilos. And his timing was impeccable and he hit hard. And I remember I said to him, only a few rounds in, I think must have said to him, I said, Lance, I said, are you all right, mate? And he went, looked to me, I went, what do you mean? I said, have I upset you? Have I done something wrong? I said, honestly, it's serious. Have I done something wrong? He went, dead blank. He went, what do you mean? I said, you're trying to kill me. Everything's like way over the top. He went, oh, I've got a fight coming up, Dave. That's the way it is. Sorry, it's not personal. I went, no, I said, I just need to know the level of flipping contact that you're going at here because everything's full on. You know what I mean? I'm gone into sparring mode and it was like, and I thought, whoa, flipping heck. And it was like, I thought, blooming heck, lads. And in with getting a clinch, he was whacking me, I was bruising behind my ears and everything. I was just like, blooming heck. So then every time we sparred, my sparring actually I got more. I tell you what, I improved rapid sparring with Lance.
And I can imagine,
it did me a world of good. I mean, I got bashed up at first, but over the period of time, I found that the balance shifted. You know what I mean? We could balance it out, and I really got to become a very valuable sparring partner for him. I think. Well, he says that
if you're not upping your game there, you're going to get hurt.
Oh,
and there's there's not much more motivation than actually coming out alive.
Self-preservation.
Yeah. Don't get hit by these guys. Blinking heck. You get very good at moving your head. You get very good at blocking. You get very skillful at that. And I think that's, you know, from my perspective, you know, it did me the world of good, obviously. So yeah, having high level training partners and friends over the years, you know, the mindset rubs off on you. The training mentality rubs off on you. You know, I always try to carry that influence across into my classes, into my academy. You know, I think that's why I've produced a lot of champions over the years. I've trained a lot of champions over the years. You know, thousands of students from the local community, from the local area have come to my academies over the years. Yeah.